Just 2 days till the start of the 2019-20 NBA regular season. We still have 2 divisions left to preview, and today on the plate, the Eastern Conference Central Division. This division holds last year's best regular season team, the Milwaukee Bucks, playoff contenders in Indiana Pacers and Detroit Pistons, as well as some struggling teams like Chicago and Cleveland. But everything should be in order, so let's start with Cleveland. The Cavaliers' relevance in this century has been closely tied to LeBron. When LeBron first left Cleveland in 2010, they dropped from 61 wins with LeBron to only 19 wins without him. Then 4 years of misery, then LeBron returned for 4 years and the team won at least 50 games every season. Now, they're once again without LeBron, and last year collected just 19 wins. It's hard to see that bright spot on this team or the path to success. They're still tied to Kevin Love's enormous contract. Tristan Thompson is a contributor, but not for almost $19 million, and 3 more players are earning double-digit millions to contribute to 19 wins. That's not good. Sexton was supposed to be the team's next great point guard, but in his rookie season he didn't wow anyone. He's a good long-range shooter, but he's more of a scorer than a passer, and that's why Cleveland drafted another point guard in Darius Garland, who, by the way, is also not a good passer. Cleveland has some young pieces on the team, but not the ones who will lead you to championship anytime soon. In free agency, they also pretty much just filled their roster with no-name players. I think this year, Cleveland tries to get out of Kevin Love's and Tristan Thompson contracts. It's time. These players can help you win now, but Cleveland doesn't have the necessary pieces to win now. If they trade Kevin Love, Tristan, Clarkson, maybe even Larry Nance, they be as bad as they can be, get the highest possible odds for a lottery pick and pray? That's the best hope for the Cavaliers next season. Life is a bit brighter in Chicago. I wouldn't mark them as playoff contenders just yet, but they're definitely in a position to achieve that in the next few years. They've drafted well, they have the marksman Lauri Markkanen, they have Wendell Carter, Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn and Otto Porter, albeit on a premium price tag. Otto Porter probably is not there for the long run, at least not with that cap hit, but otherwise they have some pieces to build around. Their biggest unanswered question right now lies at the point guard spot. They kinda need to play Chris Dunn, but he's not that much better than Tomas Satoransky or not that much more consistent. And Satoransky is also not the starter material. So they also drafted Kobe White, who in some games has been absolutely balling. This is a very young team whose time hasn't come yet. They have only one player who has more than a 6-year experience in this league, and they even have a player who's born in the 21st century. So next year, no playoffs. One really cool thing they recently did though was signing Luol Deng to a 1-day contract so he can retire as a Bull. Deng was that grinder of the late 2000s who played till the moment he almost died on the court. A really proud Bull and a feel-good moment for the player and the organization. Now we get to the Detroit Pistons. This team is in the weirdest spot. They're always not bad enough to be a contender in the draft lottery, but also aren't good enough to go to the playoffs or win around there. For the last 4 seasons they've been fluctuating between 37 and 44 wins, and 2 out of 4 times that's been good enough to make the playoffs. As far as the next year goes, I don't think that will be enough. They lost Ish Smith, Glenn Robinson, Isaiah Whitehead and Wayne Ellington to free agency. They signed Markieff Morris, Derrick Rose and a 38-year-old Joe Johnson. Does that sound like a serious contender? I think not. Both of their frontcourt players will earn a combined $61 million next season, and they're still paying $18 million to Reggie Jackson. Oh, and they are still paying more than $5 million to Josh Smith, who hasn't played an NBA game since 2018. They haven't been good at drafting talent. Detroit hasn't been really that relevant since late 2000s. They are capped now, but even when they're not, Detroit just isn't the place where big free agents go, which is why they traded for Blake Griffin to lure at least some star power to that city. He has brought some eyes to Detroit, but he hasn't brought wins. And next year, I think they miss playoffs again. Although, if they somehow did make them, I imagine it would take a vintage season from Derrick Rose, which I'm always up for. Now we've gotten to some playoff-ready teams. Last year, Indiana Pacers suffered a devastating loss. Just 36 games into the season, they lost their best player in Victor Oladipo to a devastating injury. In September, he said that he won't be back anytime soon, which isn't the best news for Indiana fans. But the bright side is, we know how good Indiana can be even without their all-star. They managed to finish the 2018-19 regular season with 48 wins. They did lose in the first round, but they also showed some heart and desire. They lost their best scorer from last year in Bogdan Bogdanovic, but they replaced him with a similarly great one in TJ Warren. They keep Aaron Holiday, they'll have Justin Holiday, Jakar Sampson, and two underrated signings in my opinion are TJ McConnell and Jeremy Layup. The biggest upgrade, however, came at the point guard spot. They acquired Milwaukee's floor general Malcolm Brogdon. The team looks really solid, and when Oladipo returns, it could reach that next level. The only worrying part for me is that there are a lot of moving parts on this team compared to last season, and there's no guarantees that the same chemistry will be present once again. Besides that, they are young and talented and will be in the playoffs this season. Which leaves us with our last team, the favorites of this division and quite frankly one of the favorites of the whole Eastern Conference, the Milwaukee Bucks. Feared the deer. Oh, that was a thing last season. They managed to get to 60 wins and it seemed like they're destined for an NBA Finals appearance. Against Toronto, however, they were severely outplayed. Giannis got exposed and the team was eliminated in the Eastern Conference Finals. Before this season, they made some changes and I actually like them. Giannis now has a brother on his team, Brook Lopez resigned with the Bucks and now also has a brother on his team in person of Robin Lopez. George Hill will still be there, so will Chris Middleton, Wesley Matthews, Kyle Korver. And don't laugh at that Kyle Korver signing. The dude can still shoot and most importantly, he can teach Giannis how to shoot that rock as well. This team looks like they could win the regular season once again. And now with some losing but healthy experience in the playoffs, they might be more successful there as well. I don't think there's any doubt about them making the playoffs again. They're the favorites of the conference. Just for me, I really want to see if Dragan Bender has anything left in the tank. I mean like for the NBA. I want to see him do good. I think he was a bust for Phoenix for what they asked him to do, but I think there's definitely some talent there. He's already had some impressive preseason games for the Bucks and hopefully he can shed that bust label from his name now that he's in a different place, a different environment and with different teammates. So this is your Central Division next year. Thank you guys for watching. Which team will surprise you in a good way and which in a bad way next season? Which team has to tank and will Giannis get the Bucks to another dominant division victory? Please leave a comment below with thoughts about how this division will look next year. As always, thanks for watching the video. Please leave a like, don't forget to watch other previews and other videos on this channel and subscribe for future content. Thanks. This was Purple Punch and I'm out.